Hello, and I welcome each and every one of you guys on the stream today. We have a great lineup today, and this is our first show as a tech news thing. So I'm trying this for the first time. Let me adjust the camera a bit here so you can, yes, that's adjusted. So the brightness is adjusted right now. You can see my face clearly. So we have many great things going on for this whole week. So let's just start with the news. The CES is just around the corner, and we are getting too many leaks, too many sneak peeks to the things. So let's first start with the first story that is going to lead us, and that is starting our week with CES news here, and it is AMD. AMD has actually given us too many sneak peeks for its releases that going to be happened in CES 2019. But I am, and many of you guys might also be hoping that we will be getting some new AMD releases in just few weeks, and we are excited, and I think you guys must be excited because finally AMD is going for the neck of Intel. So what is going to happen with AMD keynote on CES? We hope, or we are hoping, because of the leaks that we are getting. So this is a news from NDTV Gadgets, and we are getting leaks on AMD Ryzen 3000 series, which is the 7nm nano, which are the chipsets that are basically based on 7nm chipset, and that's a great leap for AMD. But we that's not the only thing that we are getting. We are also getting a new Ryzen 9 series processors, which are going to be 16 cores and 32 threads. So as we go on through this particular article, it tells us that the chip, that is Ryzen 9, it might be clocked around 3.9 base and at around 4.7 boost. So that is neck to neck with what Intel is presenting us right now. The TDP is 125 watts, that is a bit higher in terms of heat dissipation, but the price point, it's around $449, or if we convert it in Indian rupees, it is 31,500. That's such a great price tag that we are getting with AMD right there. If this happens, Intel's market will be completely blown out. The share Intel has right now, the cover share that Intel's have right now in the market, is going to go down. Everyone out there is going to purchase AMD, and even I am going to switch to AMD as soon as these processors get released. We are also getting Ryzen 7, Ryzen 5, and Ryzen 3. And there are new things in this. Ryzen 7 is upgrading from 8 thread 16 core to 8 cores to 16 threads, and it is going for 12 cores and 24 threads. Similarly, Ryzen 5 is upgrading from 6 cores and moving to 8 cores 16 threads, and Ryzen 3, which are the base models that are basically entry level for anyone, are moving from 4 cores to 6 cores. That's a huge leap in terms of core counts for anyone out there. 4 cores are basically looked as a very basic thing. It is actually great. If people have 4 cores, they can play games very smoothly on that. But 6 cores is like you are gifting someone a power to stream or record their games. So that's a really great thing that AMD is doing right now. And in terms of prices, we are seeing Ryzen 3 6-core processors going down to start from $99, that is $100, guys, and in Indian rupees it is around 7,000 rupees. That's a great deal, a steal deal for anyone, because right now 6-core 12 threads processors, if we look at 8500 or 8500K, those are unlocked and we can overclock them from Intel side. They cost us around 21 to 25,000, and getting that kind of performance at 7,000 rupees will be really great. We are also getting the confirmation that these new Matisse Ryzen 3000 series will work on AM4 motherboards and will support DDR4 RAM. So nothing new there. Uh, it's AMD promise to always support AM4 socket for the long run so that people can upgrade it. But this is, I guess, the last series of the processor that are going to be released on AM4. After this, you have to change your motherboard. And this is kind of a prediction, but we are seeing PCIe 4 point support for the new motherboards that might come with new Ryzen CPUs. And that is not something great, but we will be boosting our GPU performances and some hard disk performance. So we are going to get more memory bandwidth over the PCIe lanes with PCIe 4.0. So that will be great, no doubt about that. So if this happens in CES next week, this will blow Intel and they will be gone from the market. For the next news, we are getting again Apple here, and with the end of 2018, Apple has got $1.22 billion on its store app purchases. Well, people have blown their money in Apple Store purchase the last week. So I think they are purchasing games, apps. They might be watching movies. They might be buying some songs and everything like that. People are, since people are free, they are playing multiplayer games, Fortnite, PUBG, and they downloaded its in-game purchases and all. So that's a great news for Apple because right now Apple is clearly having a bad time. It is out of China. They have some kind of case right there. Qualcomm has obviously demanded some fine from Apple around $9 to $10 billion for something that happened with the copyrights and things like that. So this is clearly a great news for Apple. This will help Apple to uh, pay those bills that they have uh, had in their pocket right now. So yeah, let's move to the next news, and we are getting some new consoles. Well, this is something I must say is very welcome because right now the console market is pretty much saturated. You get Sony creating PS PlayStations, you get Microsoft creating Xbox, which is basically a PC right now, and we have Nintendo. There are no more other contenders in the market that have clear, concise, what I can say, consoles which perform well and which have market adaptability. So we have the studio Mad Studios, and its CEO Ian Bell has announced the new console named Mad Max, and these are its kind of renderings that we are seeing right now. So it's shaped as an M. We are seeing some liquid cooled pipes right behind there. We are seeing 120 millimeters fan, two 120 millimeter fans. So this might be a PC, but kind of going to run on Mad Max own proprietary software. And according to Ian Bell, he says that this particular console, Madbox, is going to be so powerful. It is going to run VR games at 90 FPS, which is basically given by the GPUs we install in our desktops. So that is a great thing. I think they should release this. They should bring competition to Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo. And if developers find this very useful, they find games very easy to develop on their proprietary software, they should go for this because people are dumb. They need systems like these to play. So that's a great news. Talking about the new releases, Xiaomi is already planning on A3. So Mi A3, if you don't know, Mi A series is basically Android 1 series that have kind of support for five or more upgrades for the software. The Android 1 chipset or Android 1 mobile phones are basically for those people who just want one simple phone which is not going to get outdated over the period of 5 years. So Xiaomi is making A3, and it is right now rumored that it is working on it, but we don't have a confirmation on it, so take this as a grain of salt. So we are going to go on another mobile news with Samsung here. So Samsung has bunch of Galaxy S10s, which is going to be released in 2019. Every single company is releasing a new mobile phone every year, I guess, or every 6 months, because I have right now, right here, Redmi Note 4, and it's been an around 1.5 year, and we have already got Redmi Note 6 Pro, and I think in 6 months Redmi Note 7 will be officially announced. So this is not a news for any one of us out there. But what is new with Samsung S10 here? So let's see, it is going to get 5G. I don't think we have 4G available in India except Jio, but we are getting a 5G phone with Samsung Galaxy S10. The renders look cool, no issues there. The cases are bland, nothing new. I don't find anything new with Samsung. It's like just release something. Oh, it is two camera setup trend. Make it a three. It's a three camera setup trend. Make it a four. Oh, the curved screens are now selling. Just curve both the sides, or just curve one side so much that you cannot even hold it in your hand. So that's how Samsung works, and these are the lead trenders for it. So one more mobile news, we are getting Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 in India getting released soon. As I told you before, we are going to get Redmi Note 6. We have Redmi Note 6, but we are going to get Redmi Note 7 as soon as possible, and we have the news right here. Redmi Note 7 got the certification to get released in India, and it is soon going to be released here. So it might be the first or second quarter of the year. We have upgrade. This time Xiaomi has upgraded its camera to 48 megapixel, and we are also getting a front camera with 12 megapixels. So that's an upgrade for I guess Redmi Note 4, 5 or 6. So all these three series have same camera except Redmi 6 and Redmi Note 5 Pro, because they have dual camera setup. We are getting 4GB RAM variant, 6GB RAM variant, and they are having 64GB and 128GB internal storage. So that is great, no problem there. But Xiaomi, please drop your hybrid SIM slots. They are not worth it. Really, every single person who has a Xiaomi phone and that have a hybrid SIM slot, they are using a second phone to use their secondary number. Everyone in India, especially in India, I'm talking about Indian guys, have at least two numbers. One is Jio and one is their backup number. So make sure you drop that hybrid SIM slot thing from your Note 7, because if I am going to get that, personally I'm saying my personal choice would be that the phone I'm going to buy next should not have a hybrid SIM slot. I can use two separate SIMs with a memory card separately, because yeah, I need it. I definitely need it. So okay, so we are done. No, we are not done. We have one more mobile news, Google Pixel. Well, this is the news from India. So this is coming from First Post. So let me just go to the chat and see if anyone is in there and saying something to me, because I literally closed that window. So yeah, okay, so we are going back to the news. Google Pixel user puts out hate banners in Delhi and slams after sales services. Well, one more thing, any mobile company out there, it is suggested from my side, please make sure that you have a great after sales service. Let me just give you a small story from my side. I have used Zolo phones, I have used Carbon, If you don't know what kind of company they are actually Indian companies, Indian mobile manufacturers. And at a time when Microsoft, no, Micromax. So at a time, Micromax has too much share in Indian market, and they were expanding their business. Zolo was one of the phones that have quality over Micromax, and they also provide valuable products in cheap rates. So I have used both of those phones, Carbon and Zolo. So while using the Carbon, after 1.5 year or 2 years, I found out that its battery is going to be dead soon. It was swelling up, so I have literally thrown that battery. But when I gone to the shops, I have gone to their customer service center, where they actually sell accessories. I did not get any kind of battery there or the support. So the warranty of the phone is 1 year, but still we should get some accessories. But let me talk about Zolo. I used that particular phone, Zolo Q1010i, for 4 years straight, and for 2 years I did not get any kind of problem with that. In the third year, the charging port was malfunctioning, so I have gone to their service center and they did fix it within 4 hours for me. And on the fourth or 3.5 year after, I broke the screen. They fixed that also in 24 hours only. So that's the kind of service we want from all of you guys out there, that whenever one of my smartphone or whenever my digital devices get damaged or is damaged due to manufacturing things, I need the support, I need customer care to be reliable. I need your customer care to be reliable, because uh, we are Indians, and we like guarantees and warranties. But if those guarantees and warranties don't work for us, we are never gonna purchase your product in our life. That's how Indian mindset works. So let's see what happened with this person here. So Google Pixel is known for the strong capabilities, and it has bugs. Okay. Okay. So Manu Agrawal from Haryana has found a unique way to let Google know that they have got issues. Manu Agrawal is the victim here. He has reported some of the Google Pixel camera bugs to their forum. So this is a great step from him. He reported to India Today that he bought his Pixel phone in 2017, and by 2018 he started facing multiple issues with the devices. Okay, within a year or after a year, just as the warranty gets completed or the warranty ends, the device has started giving him problem. So he addressed the issue to Google, and the service center has accepted his device for fixing. Okay, so after every fix he is getting a new problem here. So this is the person who is getting problem, Manu Agrawal, right here. And after every fix he is seeing some new problems like restart, freeze, crashes. Okay, that's bad, because the customer care, see, if I submit a phone to you, if I submit my PC to you, if I submit my laptop to you to repair something, don't break it. If something is not working, fix that thing. Don't break another thing in that particular device. But Google Service Center, the Pixel Service Center, has done that, and because of that he is seriously pissed off. And what he did is seriously hilarious. He printed some banners and flexes and put out all over the Delhi to let the people know that how Google Service Center is taking care of the Pixel phones that they are getting to service or repair. Well, this is something that Google should learn from, because if these things happen in India anymore, you are not going to sell a single Pixel phone in here. This is not me threatening you, Google, but this is what is going to happen because of the Indian mindset I told you before. So those are all the things from the mobile, CES and all those sections. But let's see what is going on in India in the tech sections, because India is also developing. So we have Indian Railway goes green, and 10 steps that Indian Railways has taken to make railways eco-friendly. This is from financialexpress.com, a very reliable site. It has some great articles in it. If you guys want to, you can read it here. So the Railway Ministry has planned to have 1000 megawatt of solar power plant by 2020-2021, and the move is likely to help Indian Railways get renewable resources, and that is actually great news. The Indian Railways is right now expanding, and with the introduction of solar power and the speed at which solar industry is growing right now in India is great. So they are using solar energy to run the trains, and that is great because much of the power that is going to be generated through the power plants will now be distributed to the public instead of to the railways, so that we can have more coverage in the villages and the cities, and less dropouts, the electrical dropouts that happens every day. So that is a great thing. We have also Indian railway industry is also installing wind energy plants with the target of 36.5 megawatts. That is not a big target, out of which 26 megawatt was already installed. Okay, that is great news because we need only 10 megawatt of energy, which can be easily installed. I guess will take one more year to get completed, and 36.5 megawatt is really great. We are changing our all the lights that we have into LED lights. That is going to save power. We are introducing biodiesel, high-speed diesel locomotives. So these are for the places where electricity or the electric wiring is not possible. We are also getting CNG engines. So diesel engines are also getting converted into CNG. Great news, but I hope the engine power remains same over the year. You definitely have to research over CNG as a fuel Indian Railways, because CNG is not such a great substitute. Yeah, it is a substitute for petrol and diesel, but CNG really boasts of the engine and the pickup that it has. We are going for the high speed trains, so you have to look into CNG. We are looking, okay, the sixth point is saying here that Indian Railways are planting trees. I have seen Indian Railways cutting trees, but this is a new thing. I have started planting trees, so that is something definitely new. We are getting better water management system. So how we are doing this, if you don't know about the bio toilets that are recently have been installed in the Indian Railways, those are really great things, because when I was learning in school, I found out that defecation in open actually depreciate the soil quality, and the fertility of soil is also gone due to human excretion. So having the bio toilets make sure that the defecation is not open, the human defecation is not in open. We get less cases of cholera or haja or something like that that happens due to the bacteria that are in our stool and things like that. So that is a major welcome, and from that only we are saving water also. And they are also planning to install water recycling plants and rainwater harvesting systems all over the railway. uh, is great, is a great move. So we have, yeah, that's all the things from the Indian Railways. You should follow Indian Railways in Twitter, and you should follow that the news that comes in Financial Express about Indian Railways, because we are upgrading our railways over the time. So that will be a very great fix that we are going to get. I hope that we get some good trains over the time. I hope we get good fast trains, clean trains, and yeah, that's all I want from Indian Railways: fast and clean trains. So as I was telling you guys, so let me have a drink right now because I am thirsty. After all this talking, we are having too many news here, so let me have a drink. I can seriously do a cola commercial right now. So as the solar industry is going, we are seeing solar pumps demand increasing. So we have a news from Kenya here. This is from Energy Economic Times. So let's read it. Stood over high knees, row of green gram plants at a farm in eastern Kenya. Grace Carey hums to herself as she slices out wheat with blunt machete. Okay, okay. So as you can see, we are not seeing only solar cells, we are seeing solar pumps. So many things is going solar right now. We are extracting the sun's power as much as we can. So farmers are using this. They have some kind of water shortage in their area, and they don't have even electricity. So they are using solar pumps right now to irrigate their farms and cultivate grams in their fields. So that is great. Uh, that is a great news. People are accepting solar. We are getting increased solar demands over the time, and that is going to decrease the solar panel prices over the time, because what happens with price and manufacturing, there is a simple ratio. The more you manufacture, the prices are going to go down. If the demand is less, manufacturing is less, the cost will be high, because there will be less research, there will be less revenue from these things. So this is great. This is a great news. People are accepting solar panels, solar pumps, solar any accessories. That is a great news for everyone on the earth. Let's go to Jio. My goodness, Jio is really making news every single day. They might change their plans, they might introduce something new, they might introduce a TV. So Jio can do anything right now. So we have a news with Jio having expected plans, broadband service rollout, the dates, the plans that we are getting. So let's see. Okay, we have, okay, Jio Giga Fiber. The preview plan is right now going on, and many people have the connection. So if you are one of the guys that has Jio Giga Fiber connection, you are lucky, no doubt about that, because you are getting 100 GB of data, a monthly data for 100 Mbps speed. So that is great. That is great because the speed is great. 100 Mbps is great. Data limit is seriously not good, because there are competitors Jio that you cannot help but have to take them in mind, that are Excitel, Den Broadband. We have one more, Triple Play Broadband Services. We have Spectra. So these four guys, if you don't beat them, you are not going to get any kind of market share, because these guys provide speed, the fiber speed that is around 50 Mbps, 80 Mbps, 100 Mbps speeds, but they are also not having a FUP limit on their services. I have used Excitel, and if anyone out there says that they have a FUP limit, they don't have it. If It's like you can use 7 terabyte of data per month, and if you go above it, you have to pay them a business plan rate. So 7 terabyte of data is really an unlimited plan, because for a home connection, I don't think I will be able to use that much data. I don't even have a hard disk, or I don't, if I even go out and surf the net, full HD content all the day, like 24/7 for full month, I'm not going to use a 7 terabyte data, a huge amount of data for the whole month. So That is great. Geo, if you want to capture the market, you have to see those competitors also. I have got a news that Jio Giga Fiber has taken over 10. So I think they are going to learn from 10 over the time, and will use their strategy to capture the market. Airtel, you also have to take the note because your service is not so great. I'm using you and I know you get disconnected. Your speed is not so great right now. You promised me 40 mbps of speed, but you are giving me 16 mbps around of speed. So that is not great. You have to maintain your service, otherwise Geo will take you out. Another news from Geo, they have released something new, and this time it is Gio Browser. Well, I don't know how this browser works or how good it is because I haven't used one. I haven't used this one. So I hope that this is good. Uh, if you guys want to have your data, the browsing data or anything that you use over the internet, uh, have that data particularly in India data centers, I think you should go with Geo Browser only. But yeah, first use it and see how it works, because if it has too many ads, just don't go out and use it. Don't use it, uh, because if it is like UC browser, which I have used before, like in the days of Java mobile phones, uh, it has too many ads. So if you want your data to be protected, uh, just use this app and tell me how do you guys feel about this. We have, okay, this is a light browser, I think. So some of the websites will not work here. Some of the streaming websites will not work in this browser. So make sure that you don't use those kind of sites that do not work on light browsers. It also supports many Indian languages. So if you are one of the people who would like to have your browser in any kind of Indian language, you can download it and use it. Okay, so the last news is from the cryptocurrency world that has been completely destroyed over the time of 2018, and I think it is still down in 2019. So we have the news from Economic Times, India Times here, and we are getting several top corporates and banks are experimenting with virtual currencies as more transparent treasury management tool for optimal utilization of working capital settlement among subsidiaries, paying vendors, suppliers. Whew. That is a big news. So the cryptocurrencies are basically banned in India. If you don't know that, make sure you note that the cryptocurrencies are actually banned completely in India, and but still, the companies like Reliance Industries, Hindustan Lever, HDFC Bank, ABC Shipyard, I have also got the news that Infosys is also using this. So all these companies are internally using cryptocurrencies to work with payments, to have their accounts settled, to have their business settled, to make the compliance, regulatory compliance, and all that through blockchain technology. I will not say cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency deals with money, but they are using the blockchain technology behind the curtain to do many things. So blockchain has not completely died in India, and if any one of the developer that is working on blockchain is out there in India, uh, just know that you are in demand. Your demand is still there in the market. You just uh, you just are required to maintain the books, to develop with blockchain. You are not required for cryptocurrency related of things. So make sure that you develop apps over blockchain, and something that can actually contribute to the management of these companies. So these are literally all the news that has gone this for this whole week. I think and I hope all of you guys out there have enjoyed this show. I know I have read through the news. I literally just like gone through all the news, and I didn't read, I haven't have read the paragraphs, but I did make sure that I cover all the news that has happened during this week. Next week is CES. I'm not going to CES, let me clear you that, but we will be back on Saturday, and we are going to get uh, some new news for these things, for the things that has got released in CES. So stay tuned guys for our updates, and I hope I will be seeing you guys next week, Monday. You know my schedule, it's down there. Check that out on Twitch panel. If you are on YouTube, make sure you follow me on every social media so that you know as soon as I am online, as soon as I am live. Make sure you are connected with me on the Discord server so that we can talk. Yes, so that we can have a chat right there. So this is his guide for this particular week. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming here. So that's it for today, guys. Bye bye. Have a nice night.